waiting on game night. Just cut up a bunch of onions for my wife because she is making some delicious. Um, Man, I just dropped the thing and I heard it where it hit, but now I'm not seeing it. She is making delicious chili and pickling onions because, who doesn't love fresh pickled red onion? If you're one of those people, then I don't know what to say about it other than you're wrong. I mean, obviously, red onions are amazing and good for you, and you should eat them as much as possible. All right, well, pickled red onion. I said chili and pickled red onion and stuff. And I just helped slice the thing. Why are you asking me what you're making? You know what you're making.
Chili mac, roasted broccoli.
Some broccolini. That's right. Greek style broccoli. For those of you who don't know. And the guys are going to come over and we are going to play some mansions. And it's going to be cool because I got the new expansion. Well, it's not a new one, but I got an expansion. Hey, George, how you doing, bro? And I got the conversion kit, which adds 16 more characters to choose between. And one of them's like an old hobo with a hound dog walking around with a guitar. Oh no, I might have to play that guy. The main reason I'm not showing my face right this second is because the sun is being just absolutely brutal, and it shines in through the top of my window, and it blinds me. And also it makes it where people watching me build miniatures and stuff or whatever I'm doing, really all they see is the sun glaring in. Not super cool. What's up, squirrel? Squirrel! There's been a squirrel sighting. So, I got this ton of miniatures here that I need to take out and freaking paint a bunch of them. So, there's that. Also, because Northwind put out a form-fillable PDF character sheet for Savage Sorcerers and Swordsmen of Hyperborea, I've made basically like 50 characters for that game. Well, okay, not really 50, but 20 at least. And I'm thinking that's cool because, you never know, right? You never know if someone's going to get yanked. And it's my experience, if you're playing like a game like AD&D or whatever that can be pretty brutal, that maybe you want to have some other characters laying about so that if somebody's character does get killed, instead of sitting there or doing whatever, they can just go through your stack of characters and let's see what we got going on here. We got the Squirrel Hermit, the Hermit of Squirrels.
What's up, bud?
What's up with you, homie?
Oh, I'm enjoying a nice quiet day. Zadrock is out with one of her friends. My son, he went out with his friends, so I'm at home all alone.
Sweet.
Yeah, it don't bother me. Nice. Not that it's loud or crazy here anyways, but, little, I guess, sprinkle of extra peace and quiet.
Hey, that's good. I'm not, I love myself some peace and quiet too.
Yep. Snacking on some cream of mushroom soup and saltines right now.
Oh wow. Yeah, I just sliced up some super thin red onion because my wife's making pickled red onion.
Mmm.
We pretty much she and I, we love pretty much any kind of pickled anything. So
Same here.
yeah. So and just putting stuff together. Tonight's going to be kind of different for me because we're gaming tonight. Saturday is now my official game night.
Oh, okay.
It was Sunday, but now it's Saturday, which, speaking of official game nights, Bruce is probably running his game.
Yeah, I was just on there. I popped in and said hi. I was on there and I seen you live. I figured I'd stop by and say hey here too.
Hey, I appreciate it. I mean, I appreciate that you did both things. I mean, go show Bruce some love, just say hi. I don't think he expects anyone to watch all like 20 hours of him running the game, but it's nice to pop in and be like, "What's up, bro?" You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And, Bear the Pedantic wants to join us.
Oh, that guy. Oh, hi, Bear.
Right.
I can leave. Oh, whatever.
Oh, are you going to pull the Jewish grandma on us?
I'm just saying, if that's the reaction I'm getting when I enter a room, maybe I should go. I don't know.
Like you're just going to sit home in the dark eating matzahs by yourself. You guys go play with your friends. I'll just be here all alone. Yeah, Bear the Jewish grandma.
There, I'm going to do it that way instead. Bear the booby.
Yeah, the booby.
Bear the booby. Boobala.
What's up, booby?
What's up, booby?
Yeah.
And Squirrel, I wouldn't talk shit if I were you.
I would, Squirrel.
Why not? It's fun.
No, just because it's not nice. That's why. So if I was you, I wouldn't talk shit because it's not nice to talk shit.
Well, yeah, that's true. I won't argue that. It's not nice, but it is fun sometimes.
Yeah, well, so is...
No one was talking shit.
So, James, could you let Squirrel and I play without you having to act like the fucking kindergarten monitor? Jesus
He
Christ.
just wants to get in the middle of it. It's like a spoiled brat that wants to break up, No,
yeah. The thing is I just didn't. I can't read social cues as well as you two can. So I wasn't sure what the fuck was going on.
That's why we love you, big guy.
Hyperborea. That's right.
Hyperborea. As I said the other day, buddy, unless I'm like super like deadpan serious when I'm talking, I'm not in a bad mood. I'm really just engaging.
Well, what have you been doing all day, man? You enjoying
working? I did a bit of work on some stuff this morning for Valorous and for the campaign I'm going to be running. And then I was making Christmas music for my superhero world.
Oh, neat.
I'm building yet more. You know what I'm doing. Do I really got to tell you? You know.
It's good. Let me guess. Thunderhawks.
No, Armigers.
Whatever.
An Armiger is kind of like a knight or a titan, but smaller still. So like a dreadnought, except the pilot is not dead and wired into it. So
we had a really good conversation on my channel last night about Battletech. Too bad you weren't there.
You can kind of picture Armigers as kind of like the squires of the knights. So the knights are ran by the nobility of the planet, and then the Armigers are like their squires, kind of.
Oh, okay.
They have a very feudal system, whereas Titans are god machines, and that's a whole different level of tomfoolery. But some knight households are actually affiliated with some Titan legions or the Mechanicum or whatever, So it just all depends. There's a lot of shit going on there.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. So, of course, I talked to Hungar, and he changed his mind and decided that no, in fact, he wants his cleric to be a worshiper of the Sagua. And I'm like, why? And he said, well, I've been reading the lore, and it turns out, I guess, that the Hyperboreans were brought to that world by the Sagua. So since he's going to be a cleric, he's going to worship the bat frog. Or frog bat. I don't know. I mean, I've got a statue of the guy. It's not really a statue since it's a miniature that you're supposed to use with the game, but still. And yeah, it does kind of look like a mix between a big fat toad and maybe a little bit of a bat as well.
Oh, okay.
And apparently,
I mean,
this great old one lived on Saturn. And when Hyperborea, which used to be what is now currently the Arctic Ocean, decided to sink or whatever, he kind of did someone say cleric? Hey, what's up, Dungeon Minister? The Sagua apparently took Hyperborea and the Hyperborean people and transported them to that flat hexagonal Earth that circles Saturn. So there are people on the world of Hyperborea who remember what they call the old Earth. It's pretty weird. It's pretty weird. They made a many of you. Padre, you're a handsome man. You do not look like a mutated frog mixed with a bat. Come on.
No, not at all.
Not at all. You are a handsome young man. Your wife is very lucky to have landed such a good-looking cleric.
My mother taught me that if I didn't have anything nice to say, I shouldn't say anything at all. So,
Oh,
Such a smart ass. Such a smart ass.
tee-hee, I don't rate other men's looks because I'm not gay.
I think you don't rate other men's looks because you are gay.
Okay, explain to me your dazzling logic this time, sir.
Well,
he's in the
because
club.
you're so freaking closeted that you can't even admit another guy might be an attractive dude because I guess you're afraid that it'll like put you out on Front Street, right?
No,
Whereas
I see
I'm
your
so
logic.
straight that I can be
yeah.
like, oh,
You
that's
could
good.
suck a dick. You're so straight.
I'm so straight that even if I were to do something horrible like that, and you shouldn't talk that way in front of a minister, for the love of God.
I always love how you change, like, and become a completely different person when Father Aaron's around. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's like, shh, everybody be cool. The boss is watching.
And it's like he's like one of the coolest, most chill humans you'll ever meet. You should come to Claricon and find out for yourself. He's a dude. He's a dude, man. He's a dude. He's like the rest.
I know he's a dude, but he's priest too. And I don't know where you learn things, but like the way I learn things, we kind of treat our priests, a little bit better than
we treat ours with respect, but we also treat them like humans because they're humans. Therefore, fallible.
God, I can't believe I'm being preached to on how to talk to priests.
Well, the worst part is Father Aaron's Anglican, and that's exactly how I was raised. So you're preaching your side of the.
Yes, I am treating the heretical priest like
preaching to the flock
because I'm a nice guy and I don't hold it against him. And who knows? One day, at some point, he might wake up and be like, you know what? I like icons.
No, Jesus.
I'm going to go hog wild here. Hey, look, if I pray and talk shit to Avenger Satanis about it, I can have hope for everybody. I hope everybody finds Jesus.
Or he might wake up next to you in front of Jesus and going, wow, we made it.
Well, I kind of have a weird belief in that. Good people will probably make it just because God is so good. You know what I mean?
Regardless of the specificities of the differentiations of religion, he might wake up right next to you and go, hey, brother, we're here.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, since God is so good, if somebody's just really good, you have a load of them in your church. See, look at this guy.
But back onto judging other men's looks. Let's go back to that
Yeah,
real quick.
I don't know where he got the idea that the Anglican faith has no iconography.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So as Eddie Izzard once said, and I thought was the best description, Anglicanism is Catholic light.
I know for a fact that there are two human beings. Hopefully, they're both. Well, there were, if not two human beings on earth that thinks Father Aaron is handsome. His wife and his mother. And if she's not with us, God rest her soul.
Oh, squirrel.
Well, as Eddie
He's such a
Izzard
nice
once
guy.
said, and I love this saying, do you have a flag?
Peter's sidekick. Wow, that'd be weird. My uncle was named Peter. I don't know.
If you were Greek, like every male in your family would be named Peter or Nicholas.
That's fair too. I don't know, Father Aaron. Maybe I'll go to heaven. Maybe I'll go to purgatory. Maybe my lights will just go off and nothing will happen when I die. I don't know.
Well, I agree.
That's what being agnostic is all about. I don't know. Therefore,
yeah, I don't know either. I hope.
Yeah, you can have faith. You can have hope. You can have desire. That's sure. That's great. That's awesome. Nothing wrong with that.
I mean, I don't know, but I have faith and I hope a lot that I'm a good enough person that, you know, maybe God will look the other way on some of the shit that I did, you know.
I try. That's all I can do.
He could be. I mean, yeah, and you're right. I don't know how we got on. Well, I know how, because Bear made a point of pointing out that Father Aaron was in the chat. And then we got onto this.
No. Bear made a point of not kissing Father Aaron's ass and telling him how handsome he was.
Listen here.
And then the Judgy twins got going.
Listen here, Chisel Chest. If I want to kiss Father Aaron's ass and tell him he's handsome, that's between me and Father Aaron.
Well, but you like said it kind of in a public area.
Posters. How about that?
I'm sorry, what was that, James?
You heard what I said, I think.
No, I missed the second half because Squirrel was talking.
Oh, you heard what I said.
I didn't hear the second half because Squirrel was talking.
I said you could shut your cock holster.
Wow. You talk like that in front of a priest? Wow.
I did, and I apologize. But sometimes people need to take shit in hand.
Let's try this. Let's try this a different way. Your wiener sheath.
Your wiener sheath. Well, okay, here's a fun one for you. In Danish, pik, I believe it is a nickname for your wang, and puck is the term for a wallet. So you can call it your pickpock.
Pickpock. How about
there you go?
I don't know. So
my apologies, Father.
A quick change of conversation. So what have you been working on, Bear?
The less you have to do with my ass, the better. Thank you, Father. Thank you for being the man I know you to be and appreciate you for. Real. I said I was making.
I'd agree with that.
I was making Christmas music for the Zenith Universe.
Yeah, well, I don't understand exactly.
Do you fucking mind?
He does not, because he is a cat.
And now your fucking claw's stuck in the leather because you're an idiot. There we go.
He thinks
okay, whatever. Wow, are you just like anybody gonna defend against me today? Is that it? Is that your job today?
No, I'm defending the cat. Because
why? He's an asshole.
Beans is a great cat.
You don't
maybe one of the best cats I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, fuck me gently with a rake.
It's like when you drive by like a construction site and you see the guy standing around and you think that's all they do is stand around all day. Yeah, Bean's a great cat. You don't live with that cat, bud.
Hey, I can just tell.
Can you?
I have a good feeling for cats that are great or not.
Okay.
Look at him. He's just sitting up there looking around, being a good cat.
He's plotting his next move.
Yes, plotting the next assault.
Cats are evil. We all know that.
You're evil. Stop.
By the way, Father Aaron, I have another gift that's going to be sent out, and I'm very hopeful you and the boys and the family will greatly enjoy and find fun and inspiration with.
I need to let Vic know, because I've got something here I was sending to that reprobate, and he's like, "Did you send it?" And And I need to let him know. Everyone who knows me knows that if I tell you I'm going to send you something, it could be anywhere between tomorrow and 6 months. Just relax, because I'm on my own time frame over here. Oh, look at him. He's like, I love you so much, Daddy. He's like, I love you, Daddy. I'm going to bite your nose. If you die, I will eat your fingers. And
Why do
chew
you
your gum.
smell so nice? What have you been rolling in? You
Town's
been rolling
Christmas
dryer
parade
sheets?
happened today, a bit early, I'd say.
You smell good, buddy. Yes, I love you.
How is the pooch doing, Father Aaron? How is your puppers?
The pooches. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Are you okay in there, wife?
You see the one you called Timmy? He thinks cats are evil. So we're going to get you to meet him and you'll eat his face, okay? Yes,
Wouldn't that make a cat evil if it eat people's face?
Nah, it eats your face. If he eats your face, I'm renaming him Justicar.
Good boy. His new name will be Good Boy.
He'll be Slayer of Bitches. That's what his name will be. Bitch Slayer.
Poor Tim shows up in chat, immediately just gets ganged
Yeah,
up.
he just wandered in, did nothing at all to provoke a reaction. Nope. Just whistling.
Well,
and
you were
licking
saying
his
your
ice
cat
cream
was
cone.
plotting something, and I mean, I'm like, it's obvious cats are evil.
Cats
Doesn't
are
mean
not
that
evil.
they're.
Cats gave us civilization. Show some respect.
So, yeah, I got a new expansion for Mansions of Madness. It's got a bunch of new characters to play. That's interesting.
Neat.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a game tonight, tomorrow, the day after.
Yeah, and you have to remember. Well, actually, I don't know, Padre, but my Christmas is like 2 weeks after your Christmas, so
Yes,
it's extra early to me because we don't celebrate until January 7th or 8th, depending on the decade.
See, if we were Orthodox, I'd have Christmas and birthday on the same month.
Well, I end up celebrating Christmas like 3 times because I have the religious Christmas and then I have my relatives' Christmas. And then, so, I mean, it's awesome because I go to and fro and eat a lot of green bean casserole and everything.
Mm.
And in news, some of you might actually be interested in, but probably not, but maybe. This Thanksgiving, I'm going up to visit my nephew. We're going to eat Thanksgiving with him and his wife and everything, right?
Nice.
And he's talking about taking me on a tour of the boat he is on.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I believe is the Virginia.
I believe that's called a ship at that point.
No, it's a boat. He's on a submarine.
Oh, they call submarines boats, do they?
Submarines are always boats and surface craft are always ships.
Nice. Cool.
I mean, makes
Yeah,
sense.
I don't
enjoy
know
that.
why.
I mean, the
It
Germans
doesn't
called them
make
U-boats.
sense, really, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, actually, the Germans called them Boot, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, I think that's where it comes from. The Germans called them U-boats. So now they're all boats.
Das Boot.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Father Aaron. The green bean casserole with those fried onions on top. My wife makes the best hot plates you ever had.
So, James.
She's making a hot plate for dinner tonight. It's a chili cheese onion casserole thing she does.
Ooh, sounds nice.
Oh, very nice.
So, James, I started recruiting for my new Valorous live play. I now have 4 players locked in. Janet, April, my friend Jess, who's played and stuff before, and possibly Nerd.
Oh, that would be a fun group.
4 chicks, and I have 8 applications so far for the last 5th seat. And it's just like your brother's one of them. Still hasn't bought my book, but he's one of them. It's like
no, that book is coming. I called him literally an hour ago and started yelling at him, and he finally sent me his freaking address.
Oh, that's nice of you. Thank you.
Because I'm like, dude, didn't I ask you last night? And he's like, well, I fell asleep. And it's like, come on, man.
I swear to God, I wish I could make a show about the 2 of you. I don't know who I'd get to play both of you, but it would be awesome.
I'd like to be played by Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, that's not happening. Maybe Kevin James.
You know, is that the king of
No.
cream?
No, you'd be played by Will Sasso, and Hungar would be played by Kevin James.
Who's Will Sasso?
With the big guy that used to be on Mad TV. No, he's in a bunch of stuff. Canadian, moved to the States.
Yeah, I know who he is. I can see his face now. Yep.
He does a better Jesse Ventura than me.
Yeah, I'd rather be played by like Jim Belushi.
Jim Belushi? Okay, so you're Jim Belushi, and he's played by Kevin, whatever the fuck his name is.
You'll be played by Gosling from the reality show about the setup. That's the wrong Gosling. No, but I always got to bring up Ryan Gosling because he did such an amazing job in Blade Runner 2. So
Blade Runner 2049 is a really good movie, and I don't know why people shit on it so much.
Because I don't know, but I would argue it might be even better than the first one.
Anyway, the question is, do I trust Hungar in a 4-woman group?
And nah, I wouldn't.
Nope.
I wouldn't either.
I'd invite him immediately.
No.
Immediately. The problem is, 2 of them are playing for the other team.
Yeah, I don't think that matters.
And,
it's not going to prevent Hungar from being inappropriate
all the time.
at all the times.
That's a good point.
And, some dudes can't be around lesbians because they get it to their head that, with a little smooth talk, they can change them. And you don't want that dude in a group full of lesbians. You might as well just
but man,
in a hen house.
Watching Nerds Nerd and Jess cut him to ribbons verbally would be hilarious.
Oh, do you think he would care?
No, that's part of the hilarity. That's part of the hilarity.
Yeah,
he would enjoy it, and it would be
that would be somebody says yes.
Come again? I didn't hear any of that because the 2 of you talked at the same time.
Yeah. Redo it, Squirrel.
It would be hilarious because he wouldn't care, and just that would be part of the rip roaring times.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it. And I love my brother. Don't get me wrong. He's like way up there on my list of people I love, but I wouldn't ask for any of that.
Well, in a perfect world, a 5th woman will apply to play, and that'll be it. It'll be an all-girl game.
Who do we know?
Maybe I'll nudge Zadorok into playing.
It has to be on camera, though, visual.
She don't care.
Oh, yeah?
That's grandma.
She and I don't get along the best, to be honest.
How?
I'm not as right-wing and crazy MAGA as you guys are for the most part. So I've been involved in some conversations on other channels that she's been on where they've kind of gone off on their fucking shit. And I've been like, no, you're wrong. Stop.
Is she super right-wing and MAGA?
She's well, I wouldn't say, I don't know if she's MAGA. I know she has some right theories that I don't agree with, like severely don't agree with. And also, I'm not a gun nut like all you people. Like, you guys are all like...
You're not a gun nut because you're not allowed to be.
No, I like guns just fine. I go shooting every so often. I like guns. I just don't want to have 10 of them in my house.
Well, no one's telling you have to.
Well, no, actually, they're telling me I can't.
Lee, and what's up, Andre? How you guys doing?
They're 100%
telling me. Guy for Hungar. Oh, my God. That dude, Larry the Cable Guy, actually lived 20 miles from where I am right now.
Nice.
He used to do a thing on a local rock show where he'd talk about like Narcoossee Road, and which is a really rural road, and he'd always do like Narcoossee SUV or SVU and shit like that, and it was always about figuring out who killed a deer on the side of the road or some shit. I mean, he was just like, he had his time. But quickly, there are no gents here.
Nope.
But yeah. Well, I'm sorry that you or I'm not. I mean, it's up to you and her to figure it out. I'm not your keeper.
Oh, no. I mean, I don't dislike her or anything. I just don't think she's a big fan of me.
Well, I mean, if it smells like poop everywhere you go, it might be on your shoes.
It might be on my shoes, or it may be just that I have opinions that disagree with other people, and some people can't handle that.
That is true too. See, I know you disagree with me on a lot of shit, and I just don't care.
Exactly.
It
Because
doesn't
you're
bother
for the
me at all.
emperor. Tee-hee.
Yeah. I will
Well-
never not find that funny and adorable.
If all your friends agree with
10
you, I think you're
guns,
very
gun
boring.
nut. But 400 RPG books equals legit. This is how people see the world when it's someone else's interest. There's a lesson there. There is. So
Listen,
basically,
I have
Bear is
no
RPG
issue that
nut.
I just live in a country where we don't collect guns, and when we do, we have to do a fucking hoop jumping to even go to the shooting range. You
All
literally
right,
have to
get your
call the
editing
RCMP the day,
Padre.
when you
Thanks for
leave. You
dropping
have to
in.
call. Take care, Father Aaron. You have to call the RCMP and say, I'm leaving my house at this time. I'll be arriving there at this time. If you're late, you have to call them and tell them you're going to be late. When you're done everything you've done at the shooting range, you have to call the RCMP and tell them I'm leaving the shooting range now. I should be getting home at this time. And again, if you're late, you have to call them and tell them you're going to be late. Every time.
Meanwhile,
if they pull you over,
1776.
if they pull you over and you have a gun that you haven't told them you're transporting, you get into a world of shit.
Yeah. Everybody just expects everyone to have a gun on them at all times where I live. So it's just like whatever.
Here too.
And by the way, not your echo. I'm an RPG nut. I fully admit I'm an RPG nut. I wasn't trying to say that my thing was different. I'm just saying I'm not into the guns like everybody else is. Big difference, brother.
The point Andre was making is that it just depends.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
you're an RPG.
it
nut.
was a little shade thrown by Andre. Let's be honest now. I like Andre, but he was
it's
throwing a
just
little
out.
bit of shade, just a tiny bit. It's
No,
okay.
because he knows.
I
that
will
don't
destroy
want
him
to
in the
be
heresy cleansing. Ah ha ha! The emperor rules.
The funny thing about the whole having 10 guns making a gun nut, I didn't even think about it, but I do have over 10 guns.
And you are a gun nut. I've heard you talk.
Well, I mean, he's a guy who actually really appreciates his Second Amendment rights. That's all.
I lost all my guns in a terrible fishing accident.
Yeah, right. If the government ever comes here looking for any of my firearms, they all got lost in the lake. I'm sorry.
I don't know what you gun nuts are talking about. I wept a little and it was a financial loss, but I got over it and moved on.
Yeah, right.
I
See, it wasn't that big of a financial loss for me because I mostly collect AKs. So, and that was back in the day when they were cheap. So, you could buy like a Romanian AK for $150 at the local gun shop. It was like, all right,
The good old days.
the good old days.
I look forward to your Ruby Ridges.
My what?
I look forward to your Ruby Ridges.
You
know, that day when the government goes, I
want.
want your guns, and you go, you can't have my guns, and they go, well, we're going to take them along with you. And that's when that shit's coming. You guys don't realize it in the States, but it's coming.
Shit.
And it's going to be
Not
a
where I live, it
shitty
won't.
situation. Oh, well, until DeSantis, and once we want a Democratic governor down there, it could happen. It's not likely, but it could happen. So, that's the thing you guys got to keep in mind. No one said Zandami was going to win, Mandami was going to win New York. He did.
No, actually, everybody knew that was going to happen.
Everybody said that was coming.
Well, a lot of people said it was going to happen when he first started running. Everybody was like, "Fuck no," and then, "Oh fuck yes," right? That's
No,
the
that
point.
was
Trump. Never.
Actually,
Remember when Trump started running? Everybody said, "Nah, fuck, you're laughing." Trump running, ha ha ha, and then Trump won, and then they're all suddenly like, "Oh shit!" Ooh. So
To
your
be
country's
fair,
proven
when
something
we very
over the
first
years,
played-
which is that you can switch your fucking political leaders like a lightning bolt sometimes, and it's shocking when it happens.
Well, that's why I support monarchy.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, if you've got a king, then I mean, at least as long as he lives, you know what the deal is, right?
Yeah, and then he dies, and his inbred, hyperspastic, oversexualized son takes over. Yay!
Well, it depends what model you use. I mean, might be his nephew that takes over.
Anyway.
The
No, that
punishment
was
you
the
vote
thing.
in the new
About
one.
Slavic cultures, your son wouldn't actually inherit it; it would be your nephew.
Poland had an electoral version. They elected their new king.
Yeah.
That's not a king, then. That's not a king.
Well, I mean,
If you elect them, it's not a fucking king.
Well, I mean, in Germany they called him an emperor, and he was elected by the counts.
Yeah, if the nobles are choosing, that's different. But when the average people are voting someone into kingdom, that's not really a king.
I think
Yeah,
it was
I agree.
more of a noble election
If
type
there's one
thing. It
thing
wasn't
I've learned
hereditary.
in the last 50 years of knowing things in America is the normal people should never be allowed to vote.
Oh, I
Yeah.
agree.
They're
I
fucking
fully
idiots.
agree. I fully fucking agree.
And this is why I'm all for a monarchy.
Well,
But
I
I'm
think
also the guy who says repeal the 19th. So what do you want?
I've heard the I've heard the idea that the actual voting age, if you can't run for president until you're 31, you shouldn't be able to vote for one.
That's actually not a bad theory.
I mean, that kind of, if you really think about it, I mean, if there's a age limit to become a president, to run, candidacy, etc., what are you doing making it? What's some 18-year-old, hasn't had a taste of the world, the economy, etc., voting some guy or gal, whoever into office?
Well, the
That's
thing
not
is, we didn't used to vote for our president. Really, the president, I think, was voted in through Congress or something like that.
Yeah, way back in the day. Yeah, the
back.
common man didn't even vote. The commoner, they didn't even. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I am an icon nut because I have like probably more than 10 icons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, so I'm an icon nut. See? I got the man sitting here looking at me, making sure I don't go too far with anything. Looking very disappointed right now. Oh my god. But anyway,
This is always more fun when Shadow's here. He gives us something to focus on.
Okay, I gotta go. Game's over.
No, Timmy.
I'll see you.
I'll see you
Game
later.
time,
Be
man.
good, man.
I'll see you.
Later,
That's
brother.
not what I meant,
bro.
and you know it, you fucker.
I know. I'm just saying. Gotta go. It's game time.
Yeah, it was good comedic
Enjoy.
timing, though. Yeah,
See ya.
That was hilarious.
that was well played. Yeah. Ah,
Yep,
fuck.
gotta go.
Gotta go.
Well, luckily he's playing on the computer and he's not driving anywhere because I talked to my mom just a while back, and at least where she is, it's nothing but freaking mud. So, because it snowed the other day and then immediately thawed out and turned everything into red mud. Yay. But anyway, as you can see, this is the body of an Armiger. They're very little. They're just little guys. Just little guys. Actually, there is a pilot in there, but, And they operate in units of 3 because why not? Timmy! Yeah. Timmy just noped out. He's like, well, anyway, bye.
Stay fresh, cheese bags.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. If I was Shadow, I'd probably have feelings too. Because Bear's like, I wonder where Shadow is, and Tim's like, I'm out. Like, wait, what?
I just meant it in that you focus less on driving me insane when Shadow's here. That's all I meant.
Oh, Shadow's awesome.
No, he is, but you pick on him more than you pick on me. So it's like, oh,
I don't
relief
pick
when
on
Shadow's here.
Shadow.
Oh, you liar! There's literally memes about it.
Turn around and pray to those icons for forgiveness.
Yeah,
You
take a
filthy
close
liar.
look at those. Yeah, those 15 icons are judging you right now for false witness.
Oh my goodness. Anyway,
We love you.
I hope he doesn't think I'm picking on him. I'm trying not to.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's not easy.
I think Shadow fully understands, like I do as well, and I'm sure Squirrel.
Where
does
is
too.
Shadow though?
It
Does he
is
have
literally
gameplay
just
or
guys
something?
being guys. It's all it is. Okay, I'm just gonna shut up. That's what I'm gonna do.
It is. It's all in good fun. It's just the fellows ribbing one another. That's all.
Yeah, I was just wondering, where is he? Like
I don't
He
know.
did. He did pop in on Bruce's game and say hi. In the chat. So he might be watching Bruce and his jam.
Yeah. All right. Heretic, right? Right. That's right. I don't know who's the heretic, but yes. Get the flamer, the heavy flamer. I love that meme. This heresy demands the heavy flamer.
Light 'em up.
That's right, man. Nothing says this degeneracy will not be tolerated like a heavy flamer. But
It speaks loud and clearly.
yes. So Shadow's editing another book, or not Shadow. Bear's editing more stuff for games. Timmy is going to play his Saturday game. I'm waiting to play my Mansions of Madness game. And building, overpriced Forge World bullshit. God, Forge World. It's like, really? But anyway. I love that bear. I can't even look at that bear without kind of laughing, It's so adorable. See, the squirrel I take kind of serious. The squirrel looks like it might be down to fight, but the bear just looks like a cuddle bug,
Oh yeah, that squirrel, he's ready for action. Chivalry.
He is. He's armored up and shit. And this is something we're talking about. I think you might have been here, but one of the things I really like, one of the changes that the dude made in Hyperborea is that the heavier your armor is, it comes with like a damage resistance. So in addition to making your armor class better, it also will have a damage resistance of like 1, 2, or 3,
Okay.
And I kind of dig that. That's kind of like, because I've always liked games where armor kind of absorb damage. And
I agree.
Kind of like a hybrid system, but it's still,
I've always liked the idea of the concept, damage, armor as damage reducing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's how Harn works, isn't it?
Always like that. Oh yeah, Harn works like that. Hackmaster works like that. Hackmaster's neat because the heavier the armor, the more of a penalty you have on your actual defense roll because you roll for defense.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's, damage reduction.
But then that's also like basically Rollmaster, Merp, whatever. It's like the heavier the armor is, if you don't have the proper skills to use the armor, then you get massive penalties. I mean, you're always going to get some penalties just because you're wearing plate mail. But in order to wear plate mail, you have to have a certain level of armor ability. Otherwise,
certain
you're doubly screwed, right? And then,
certain degree of proficiency.
Right.
Perfect.
It's a proficiency you can. I wondered the same thing quickly. Personally, I hope he's a Crimson Fist because the Crimson Fists are cooler, and I'm a huge fan of Pedro Cantel or whatever his name is. But whatever. I mean, Ultramarines are cool too. They're basically just space Romans, so But yeah, I like that. I do have a real serious. I really think a lot of players are going to die in this game when I run it, and part of it is the same reason a lot of players die in AD&D. I mean, mages got die 4 hit points, so but everything in this game kind of amps damage. So it's like when you roll a crit, you roll a dice 6. And if you roll a 6, you do triple damage.
Ouch.
Yeah. So that means even at first level, if you run up on somebody and you freaking whack them with a great sword, theoretically, that could be 3 die 10 damage plus strength. And I mean, on average, that's 15 damage right off the bat before you even add whether you have weapon mastery of that, or because all fighter classes can pick one or two weapons depending to have weapon mastery, which is just weapon proficiency. You get +1 hit, +2 damage. No, it's +1, and then it goes up for fighters. Like the pure fighter, their big thing is they may not have any of the special abilities of like a barbarian or whatever, but when it comes to just being a fighter, they are absolutely the dominant class, you know?
Yeah, I mean that's if you have a class based system, each one should have its obvious moment to shine. But sure, why not?
Yeah, fighters get to start the game with two mastered weapons. So right off the bat, they're automatically, going to be better. And then they also gain their additional proficiencies and masteries and whatever pretty quick. So, and they get die 10 hit die, and so yeah, I mean, if you want to play just a straight up rumplum tumpum kind of guy, fighters are pretty awesome. But my wife went with the berserker because she can play a Viking berserker, so she did.
Yeah, the ex-wife years back, that's what she played. She played a berserker when we were doing Hackmaster. She loved it. It was we all had fun. It was a great campaign, 4 years long.
That is, I ran Hackmaster Basic for a little while, but yeah. Pedro Cantor has always been an interesting character. Not that, Cato Sicarius or whatever isn't also a good character, but, something about Pedro and the fact that, their whole chapter almost got wiped out by the orcs, but they managed to pull it back and shit. Just a good story, I mean, like, the whole story of the Crimson Fist is just a cool story. Plus, on the original Rogue Trader, that's who was on the cover, the Crimson Fists. And it was literally the battle where the orc artillery hit the armory of their monastery and blew it up and pretty much killed 90% of the chapter. So, for those of us out here, or for all the people out there that don't really give a shit about the lore, that won't really matter. But in my old age, I'm definitely a filthy lore player,
I've always liked the lore of 40K. But I always thought it was really cool.
Well, Squirrel, when I was younger, I was more of a what we would call a win at all costs player.
Yep.
So I made sure that all of my lists were maximized and all that shit.
Yes, you munchkin, you min.
But I got over it. And now I am a filthy lore / story gamer,
How dare you?
Yeah. Or as people, at least in my area, if you guys got another name for it, you can let me know. But in my area, the hardcore competitive guys call us fluff players, because we're so worried about, the lore and the fluff of the list. So, and I mean, if you want to play in a tournament, as long as you realize there's going to be some, win at all cost assholes in the tourney with you. What's up, Doc?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Then,
Hey, Doc.
Then it's all good, You take your wins where you can. I'll tell you what, like, sometimes, here's the kind of guy I am. When I started playing bolt action, I immediately made a Red Army list, and then I made a U.S. Airborne Army list, and then I made a German Grenadier Army list, and then I made my favorite army list, which was Italian. And the Italians in first edition were so freaking underpowered. Like, literally anyone could whip the shit.
So realistic then?
Right. But boy, let me tell you, that one time, years and years and years ago, that Macaro Amato 1940 took out a Sherman tank, I will never forget that. And it's been like 15 plus years. But yeah, the guy playing U.S. Airborne ran that Sherman across the table, and my little Fiat tank took it out with a 37 millimeter gun. Just boom, and it's like I mean,
You got to get the
game.
Vespa with the bazooka on it. Ciao.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I did lose the game, but I don't care because my little Fiat tank took out a Sherman. So it was, and that's what I played for the longest time. I actually gave the basic expert my German army.
Excuse me.
Because he was all like, I'm thinking about getting into bolt action, bro. And I was like, well, I got German army I'm never going to play. And so I sent it to him, because I like John a lot. He's a good guy. He's good people. Also, not that I can say I can take credit for it, but John recently has started or either graduated from his catechumen classes to become Orthodox. So good for him, man.
There you go.
Got another one. But yeah, I sent him the German army I had, which was like all in winter gear. So all the Germans were wearing like freaking long coats, and their helmets were all wrapped in like cloth or whatever. But the best piece of it, honestly, is I had an 88 and I had a flak Fleuring or whatever, the quad mounted 20 millimeter anti-aircraft cannon mounted on the back of a half track. That was kind of cool. So, apparently he's got friends up there he plays against. So there you go.
Yeah, that's cool. Good for him.
But now you can't see because of the camera angle, but I still have behind me my platoon of Fiat Caro Amatos because I can't bring myself to part with my Italian armor. It was like, I know they suck, but I don't care. That's why I play them.
Yeah, they were fun.
Yeah. I mean, and that's how I become. I become a guy that didn't care if I won games. I just wanted to play like the weird lists that no one else played. So,
yeah, let's see what we can do with them. Let's jam.
Right. Like during that time period where Imperial Guards sucked really bad, of course I was playing, IG because you enjoyed Doc's portrayal of Ulrich. Nice.
Yeah, still fighting him a little bit, but I got a good idea on him in general.
That's funny because Ulrich is one of the deities in Hyperborea that you can worship. No, I'm lying. It's Uller. If you're a Viking, you can worship Uller or Emir. I mean, anyone could, but they're typically Viking deities. And then you've got deities that only the Cimmerians worship. So
I will say this, Doc. It's good to hear that you sound and must be on the mend.
Oh yeah, much better. I was really, really in rough shape there for a little bit.
yeah, we were worried about you a little bit.
I was praying for you, brother.
Respiratory issues suck.
They truly do.
And the older you get, the worse they are.
Yeah, that's why my homie that's going through chemotherapy, like, won't leave his house, and I told him not to come over and game with us because he's got a really compromised immune system.
Oh yeah, that's no joke when that shit happens.
Right.
Yep.
The last thing, I mean, you're already fighting cancer. You don't need to be fighting
Anything else.
pneumonia. I mean,
You don't need to be fighting anything else.
because what's crazy too is a lot of people will catch pneumonia, and the pneumonia strains their body so much they die of a heart attack.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's like,
Yep. The older you get, the worse it is for you. That's for sure.
Yeah. But yeah. We're gonna play some Cthulhu tonight. That'll be fun. Tonight
Cthulhu.
is my wife's night. She gets the board game, and everybody decided Mansions of Madness. And then next week is Thanksgiving, so no game, but I'm going to get a tour of an Ohio class submarine.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, okay. So the next week will be my game, and then
Oh,
Thanksgiving.
Ohio class, is it? Oh.
You know,
Hey.
it's interesting. I listened to an audiobook of Call of Cthulhu recently, and they just pronounced it Thulu.
Yes, that is not an incorrect pronunciation, because the Cthulhu cult is one of the largest cults in the world, worshipped by many, many different cultures, and they all kind of, it can be pronounced a couple of ways. You know, for some, they drop that C right off, and it's just Thulu. Especially if you're Scandinavian or from Greenland. The cultists in Greenland, who tend to be mostly Eskimo, they just call him Thulu. But you know,
Tell you, the funnest Cthulhu game I was ever a part of was actually at a Gary Con, I don't know, 3 years ago or so. We were actually kind of guinea pigs on this game because the game, it had, I think, 12 or 14 players, had a lot of players, but they separated us.
right?
And half of us was in one room, the other half was in another room, and we did an adventure that was the one half was on Earth and the other half was on the moon. And there was a liaison, she came into each room with a laptop, and we would communicate from one group on the moon to the group on the Earth. And but because of the orbit, she would just get up and walk out because our communication would be interrupted. Man, it was so fun.
Squirrel,
Oh,
was
that
the
sounds
group
cool.
on the moon dealing with like beetles?
No, we found some ancient, I don't want to say tomb, but ancient structure, and we were exploring it. And man, I just tell you, my son and we had such a blast.
Yeah. It's the game is a great game for like a very short.
Oh yeah, 1-shot, 2-shot game. It's superb.
Worship Shadow. Yeah, Shadow exists actually in Hyperborea. He's on there.
Well, he's that old.
Yeah, he's that old. You can pronounce it Kulu. Yeah, I mean, there's really just no wrong way. Well, okay, there's probably wrong ways. Don't call him Bob or Doug. He probably, that's not right. But I mean,
Yeah.
it's a word that's not even supposed to be pronounceable by the organs that we use to speak with. It's an entirely alien word. So, yeah. But yeah. Mansions of Madness, it's a great game because it's basically like playing Call of Cthulhu, except you don't need a DM because the computer is the DM.
Yep.
The second edition. The first edition, you had to have a player be the storyteller or whatever. But now the second edition, it's a app you download for free from Steam. And then every time you buy an expansion for the game, you just go into the app and you add that expansion, and it just keeps adding more and more stuff to the available game.
You're right, Bear. Sounded like you dropped something.
Oh, yeah, Misty landed right on my solar plexus when he jumped up.
Oh,
Hi, Misty.
See, that's the rare one. A rare Pokemon has been sighted.
Mystic. Hi, buddy.
There's no double L in Cthulhu. True. Cthulhu is how I've heard it supposedly being pronounced by the tribes in Greenland. They call him Cthulhu. But like we're saying though, just a passerby, that is a word that is not.
I don't
be
understand how these
pronounced
elder
right.
gods get worshippers. It's like, so he's going to kill us all and he doesn't give a crap if we like him or not? Awesome.
That is literally the thing. The love of Misty. Play Misty for me.
No, it's spelled wrong, but that's okay.
I mean,
Misty.
hey, we do our best down here.
Look at Misty. You
But,
gender fluid, non-binary trans cat. Yes, you are.
Yeah,
Yes, you are.
because she was a girl for a long time, right?
So he was a boy. So okay, I'll tell the story again. It's fun. When I got the two
It's a
kittens,
fun
they were
story.
boys. They were boys. Okay.
Right.
So it was great because I didn't want another fucking female cat. I just had a female cat for 12 years and she died.
It can be
sadly, and we
difficult.
won. So I took him to the vet, and the vet takes Misty out, whose name at the time was Spooky, and goes, "This is a girl." I went, "What do you mean it's a girl?" And we look, and there's no balls. We're like, "Holy fuck, this is a girl!" Fuck! And all my friends are laughing. They're like, "Ha ha 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 ha!" All right. So Spooky becomes Misty, missing testicles, Misty, and then I bring them back a month later for their next checkup, or 2 months later, whatever it was. Different vet. And she's like, "These are two boys." And I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about, two boys?" So I've already got, non-binary, and now I've got gender fluid because now he's a boy again. His sack is there. We're like, "Holy fuck, this is a boy." Okay, great.
Yeah, I've heard of
3
that
months-
happening. It's just
Well,
they
3
don't
months
drop.
in, I take them to get fixed. I come back to pick them up, and then I had to go, and well, Beans is fine, but we have to charge you an extra $50 for Misty. Why? Well, because his testicles never dropped, so we had to open him up and go in like a female to take him out. All right, so now he's a trans cat. All right, so he's my non-binary gender fluid trans cat. That is Misty, and he is the biggest emo fuck you would ever want to meet. And he's skittish. Oh my god, is this cat skittish? And he's fat. He's not fat, but he's thick. He's like a solid animal, and therefore he has just enough weight and power that when he gets skittish, he can destroy things as he's racing out of the room trying to get away. It's like fuck.
Yeah,
All right,
well,
they're fun cats. They're fun cats.
Mhm.
Doc gonna do a movie night tonight probably if you want to.
Oh, awesome. What do we do watching?
Don't know yet. I've got to look. All the movies are on the broken drive, so I have to look at what I've been downloading to replace them. So we'll see what I have. But I think I have some good stuff.
Yeah, I've missed movie night.
Yeah, I know you've said that before.
so Doc,
Yes.
I watched a video a few days ago explaining your question. And
Which
for a
one?
lot of these cultists, it comes down to,
Oh.
depending on the god, just straight up, what do they call it? Narcissism and the thing that the guy who wrote Das Übermensch was nihilism. So it's kind of like some of these cultists literally want the world to end. They don't give a fuck. And if they can help make it happen quicker, that's what they're going to do. But that's not all of the cultists, because then you've got the other cultists. They're in it for power. However, the power always turns around and F's them over in some way. It's going to happen because you're dealing with elder beings who literally, they're not necessarily evil. They just don't think of you at all. You're like less than a germ to most of them, except Nyarlathotep, who is actually evil, functionally evil. He hates you. But say you are a member of an ancient cult that worships Shub-Niggurath, right? Well, that's all about just being a perverse fertility goddess type person, right? So their whole deal is do sacrifices, sleep with your sister, maybe the crops will grow better. You see what I mean? Now I'm being like serious, right? So yes, you've got the accelerationists that are just super nihilists and they want everything to be destroyed. Then you've got the sorcerers who think they're smart enough to use the old ones to gain power. And then you've got some of them like the worshippers of Shub-Niggurath who are just doing their Stone Age cult bullshit because they think the deity they're worshiping will somehow benefit their tribe, culture, whatever. And that's kind of the three main things there. Yeah. So,
And then there's the ones that get lied to.
well, that's everybody. So, like, if you, let's say you wanted to become a sorcerer, you would probably try to make contact with Nyarlathotep, and he would then teach you sorcery, which is just really high, really very advanced geometry and shit like that. And then you would have that power. But then the negative is he would own your ass. And the use of that power would always end up really bad. You know what I mean? And of course, the main thing is if you're going to worship these guys, you have to be insane. Just a little.
Yeah, I imagine that helps.
Right. Mask of Nyarlathotep is a great campaign. Yeah, that's his whole thing. See, some people posit, they may or may not be right, that Nyarlathotep is the consciousness of Azathoth, who is the nuclear chaos at the center of all things, right? But the difference between him and almost every other great old one is he actively hates you. Like, most of them don't give a damn. Like, Cthulhu does not hate you. He doesn't care about you. If he rises from the ocean, he's going to rampage around. You're going to die. He's not going to care because it's just not like a thing he would care. It's like he's going to think about the destruction of humanity like you do when you step on a bug on accident walking down a sidewalk. You know, I mean, you're not even going to care, right? But Nyarlathotep, that dude actively wants you to get effed.
Yeah, he looks for you and stomps on you.
Yeah, he goes out of his way to set you up.
Yeah, Cthulhu's just going from point A to point B, and you just happen to be under his foot. But
yeah, the thing with Cthulhu, or Cthulhu, however we want to pronounce it, is the Earth belonged to him for a while. His people, the Starspawn, after they fought a war with like the Great Race and the Great Old Ones and whatever, and he pretty much intends to have it back at some point, right? Your opinion of this is meaningless. He literally doesn't care. It just is what it is. So that's kind of what people, when they talk about cosmic horror, it's the fact that the things that you're dealing with they're not actively evil versus you. They just don't give a damn.
Yeah, the idea of cosmic horror is your insignificance.
You are insignificant to most of them, but not Nyarlathotep. He thinks you're very significant.
He cares.
He cares enough. He cares enough to actively, intentionally squash you.
When you care enough to send the most evil.
FTD.
Well, no, Paul. The thing with Lovecraft is he had that genetic issue that makes people like have gigantism. That's why he kind of looked stretched out, you know, because you have giants like freaking who am I thinking? The Big Show, etc. Just really big men, Shaquille O'Neal, and then you have some people that get this just genetic disorder, usually caused by a tumor.
Yeah, I like Andre the Giant.
And it
sometimes
causes them to like look weird and have all kinds of health issues.
Yeah, the largest guy ever got it from a whooping cough when he was a baby.
Yeah, he's
had
like
some weird thing off in him. Yeah, he was like almost 9 feet tall. He only lived to be like 20.
Yeah, because I mean, the human heart cannot handle that kind of strain.
No, it's a poor cylinder.
That's why Lovecraft looked the way he looked. Sorry, I'm sorry, Squirrel Hermit.
I said, no, yeah, the human heart like that. We have a 4-cylinder motor, you know, aka the heart, and you're pulling a fully loaded semi truck. That engine's going to blow.
No, you don't remember that wrong, Just the Pacifier. That's 100% correct. During the actual Call of Cthulhu story, see, look there. Yeah, they land on R'lyeh, or however you say it, and Cthulhu comes out, and they end up running a ship through him, and he bursts into jelly, and he starts to recover, but then he has to flee again because the current shape of the stars actually makes the air of the earth poisonous to Cthulhu. So he has to flee under the water
Yeah, he's got to wait until everything's lined up
until,
correctly.
yeah, everything's
First
correct.
off,
You guys ever watch that guy Quinn's Ideas?
Yeah, I love
He's
Quinn.
yeah, he's awesome. He did a really interesting thing, like the linkages between Mountains of Madness and Who Goes There and the various versions of the thing.
Yeah, we were talking about that just the other day. That's so interesting you bring that up because I forget. Like,
yeah, somebody mentioned there was somewhat of a similar link to the thing and Cthulhu or some such.
Yeah, they're kind of retellings of the same story, but
yeah,
just
it had, well,
modified.
basically in context, it was somebody was saying Guillermo del Toro has said he's not going to do At the Mountains of Madness because they did the Thing 2 or something. Oh, Doc just vanished. He'll be back. But yeah, just the passerby, you're just remembering the actual original Call of Cthulhu, where he come up out of the ocean for a minute. And then there's a lot of other deities out there that got their own issues. Some of them are like very localized, like frig. Starts with an F. It's the big elephant one with like the lamprey mouth at the end of the test, the trunk, and he drinks blood from his worshippers, and he's only worshipped in like one place in central Mongolia or somewhere. You know, I mean, it's like, you know, and as far as I know, Paul, Lovecraft, who did live in Rhode Island, had he lived in eastern Kentucky, he might not have been that far off as far as some of his neighbors being inbred mutants. I'm just going to say that as somebody from Appalachia. Some of those people that live deep in those hollers, man, I mean, that's like some Pumpkinhead type shit going on out there, you know?
Yeah.
And eastern Kentucky, and I don't know about Ohio, but probably Ohio too, because we're basically the same group of people that came over. We've always had issues with witches and cults of gods that, you know, got brought over like in 1600 something, because I know my ancestors on my paternal and maternal side settled that region of Kentucky in like 1670 and 80. So that's 100 years before the Revolution. They were in those mountains, and that's why you hear stories of like the Bell Witch and the freaking whatever mountain witch and this witch and that witch, and sometimes they're actual like worshiping the devil witches, but sometimes they're worshiping some pagan thing witches. But either way, they're always evil, and you never want to deal with them. And yeah. And that's why you never sleep up there with your windows open, because
you don't whistle in the house. That will invite death to your door.
Don't whistle in the woods.
You don't sleep with your feet towards the door, because that's how they carry the dead out of the house.
Yep. If you hear your names in the woods, you do not answer it. You just keep on stepping, baby, because I mean, you never know what it is that's calling your name.
If the dogs go silent and you smell sulfur, he is walking.
Yeah. So you got a bunch of hillbilly beliefs going on up there too.
Oh yeah, we got them in my little corner of Ohio. You know, we're on the very tippy tail end of the Appalachian Trail. Oh yeah, we got them.
And that's kind of the thing. Some of those stories are actually pretty well earned because of actual things that happened in like the 16, 17, 1800s, you know. Except unlike Salem, the girls weren't crazy and no one burned them, because people don't want to mess around with a holler witch at all. Yeah, moonshine and folklore, and it only leads to madness. That is actually a pretty true statement, Paul.
Or enlightenment, depending on your point of view.
Or enlightenment, depending on your point of view. But just imagine, like, back in 1600, whatever, like all of those ancient Celtic pagan gods that were being like oppressed and whatever, they just moved to Appalachia, bro. That's all that happened. The families that worship those, like the Sybil and Mater Mata and stuff like that, they just up and moved. And then they went to the deepest wilderness you can figure, which at the time was Kentucky and Appalachia, that whole area. And they moved into the freaking hollers and inbred and kept doing what they were doing. And yeah. So Lovecraft would have probably just lost his shit if he'd been born in Kentucky, man. He'd been like, nah, I'm done.
Yeah,
He's
probably
an
wouldn't.
interesting character because in one way, a lot of people mention that Lovecraft was an atheist, but they seem to forget that he also hated atheists. It's like really weird, that guy, you know? Very strange dude. When he was a kid, he built an altar to Apollo and Diana and shit like that on his grandfather's property. And apparently he was worshiping like the Greek gods for a while. As a young rambunctious child, because he never really went to school because of how sick he was all the time. But his grandfather was a collector of obscure books. So he was always in his grandpa's library reading weird shit, basically. And yeah, so there's that, you know. And he also said that all of his dreams of the old ones, well, all of his stories of the old ones came to him in dreams. And that's how you get Venger, who, don't take this as me talking bad about him, because I like Venger a lot. But that's how you get Venger claiming that the old ones exist, because they actually were sending these stories to Lovecraft as dreams, but the dreams were not actual fiction, they were nonfiction. And Lovecraft just happened to kind of be their unwilling prophet, let's say.
Yeah, that's a whole lot of bullshit.
Well, I mean, I typically agree, but that is what some people believe.
You know, some people are crazy.
That is also true. Can't deny it.
Have you done the toilet?
No, is it getting near that time? What time is it?
Leave the trash out. I filled it up.
Oh, okay. So give me about a 15-minute whatever, guys. Apparently I gotta get the trash out, make sure the toilets are clean, which I knew I had to do anyway, so there you go. But yeah,
So are you coming back or are you ending the stream?
Huh?
Are you ending the stream or are you going to come back in 15 minutes?
No, the stream, by the time I do all that and everything, the players will be showing up, so it'll be time for you to do your 80s night thing or something again.
No, we're watching movies.
What are we watching? What's playing?
Or movies?
Don't know yet. So far, probably Deathstalker 2025.
Ooh.
Okay.
And I'm just looking for something else that catches my eye that fits that theme.
You know what was a cool movie? It had Rutger Hauer in it, and he's like an android, and he is roaming around
Blade
like
Runner?
a effed up world, and like everyone was androids, and like he ended up fighting them. Like there were these 3 chicks, and they were androids, and they all looked like alike. I guess humanity was dead, and he was just kind of wandering around doing shit. It's kind of a cool movie, man. I mean, super B-rated movie, you know, if even that. But
yeah, some of them are fun still.
Oh yeah, I had to watch it because it had Rutger Hauer in it. Come on.
Did you ever see Blood of Heroes?
Yep.
That's an actual sport people are playing.
Yep,
like,
they play it here in Montreal.
Oh, do they? Cool.
Is that the one with Rutger Hauer where they have like the one guy swinging a chain and they're fighting over like the skull of a goat or something?
Yeah, the guy from
Dog.
Full Metal Jacket and one of the Law and Order shows. Forget
and
his
you
name.
also, I think, had the guy that played Leon in Blade Runner. Wasn't he in that movie?
Brian James, maybe.
Yeah, I think he might have been in there. The one that, did you get your precious photos, Leon?
No, there were men.
Yeah.
Police
Men?
men.
Policemen? Yeah. Tell me about
I call
your
it
mother.
bullshit, Paul, because there's lots of crazy people in the world who claim things, and there's no way to prove them. So it just becomes their word versus reality, and reality categorically shows us that most people are not receiving messages from beyond reality to write stories. So it's you have to apply Occam's razor, which is, was Lovecraft just fucking crazy based on everything else in his life? Yeah, probably.
Maybe.
And doesn't mean he was a bad writer. Doesn't mean he created something that lasted. I'm just saying, this idea that he was channeling Cthulhu and the old ones. Fuck off.
I've always been of the opinion that he's kind of gotten a raw deal because because of his like bad opinions. Thing is, he renounced a lot of that later in life, and said he was wrong about that stuff, and that's never acknowledged, and that's always bothered me.
Well,
Did he rename his
with
cat?
everything. That's with everything.
Did he rename his cat?
Wasn't that just in a story?
That was in a story. So we have to argue, if you name something a racist name in a story, does it make you racist?
Probably.
Maybe. Or maybe not. Because if I tell a Cthulhu story where there's a bunch of Klansmen running around, and maybe one of
we've had this argument before. I'm not having it again.
The N-word. I mean, am I the racist, or are the Klansmen?
Listen. We had this entire argument before, another stream. I'm not doing it again. I'm not repeating it. So whatever.
Because you're wrong.
I'm good with. Sure, I am. Yeah.
Yeah, because I believe in free speech, and if you want to write that, you can.
Guys.
I'm agreeing with them. What the fuck, guys? Leave me out of this shit.
You're saying okay.
I'm literally taking no stance in this. Fuck off.
I'm being neutral.
Damn it.
All I said was, it's a story.
Well,
I can tell you I caught a 16-inch walleye, but if you weren't there and saw that it was like a 4-inch walleye, it's a story.
A 16-inch walleye would be pretty freaking impressive. That'd be pretty impressive. Have you ever hooked onto any of those rock bass they let loose in Kentucky?
Not yet.
Yeah, they actually make this like mule fish out of like sea bass and something else. And they breed them in big fisheries. And once a year, they just let them loose in like the Cumberland and all these different rivers. And they can't reproduce, but they get freaking big. I mean, and it's to lure people like from your
But I wonder why. Why? Okay, so it's lure, like tourism, whatever. Okay.
Well, yeah, Kentucky's poor.
Why would you?
Man. So we want people who have money in Ohio and Pennsylvania to come down to Kentucky and rent freaking cabins and buy whatever kind of fishing gear they might need and eat at the restaurants and try to catch these big freaking fish.
All right.
It's actually a great idea, honestly, to get some money into the area. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we do end up getting quite a few people from Ohio, Pennsylvania, Virginia, people who got like money to spend, and they come down and, they bring their boats and whatnot, and they go out on the Cumberland or wherever and, spend time trying to catch these damn mutant fish. Or the other big one is we have a crappie competition once a year, and they tag a bunch of crappie. And if you get like the lottery crappie, it's worth $1 million. So lots of people pay money to enter that competition because of course they do. Now, was this cat in real life called that? I still don't care. It still doesn't bother me a bit. I am totally not bothered. Is it polite? No, it's not polite.
I'm jealous of my son. He's going to a pig roast.
Oh, nice.
I know, right?
I'm jealous of my redheaded soulless nephew who is currently in Rome.
He's going to a pig roast. What the heck? I told him eat the tongue. Call dibs.
Hey, look, pig roasts are nice. My nephew is in Rome.
Wait,
He met this woman who I don't know. She looks very North African to me, but hell, his last girlfriend was Lebanese, and they're getting married. I was
well,
like,
good for
what?
him. God bless. I hope they find happily ever after with one another.
Well, the first question he said he asked this girl is, how did she feel about having 4 kids at least? And she said she was okay with having 4 kids, and he said, okay, we can date.
That's between the two of them. Whatever it is, I hope they find happily ever after with one another.
Yeah, Lovecraft and Rowling can't hurt you. Always been on Rowling's side because crazy, and it makes me kind of pissy with the kids in the original movies that I didn't really watch, because it's like that woman made you people millionaires, and now you're going to sit here and talk shit on the internet. It's like, shut up, idiots. But get some cracklings. That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But he sent me pictures, which I'm not going to show you, but man, in one of them, he's standing in front of this ancient stone wall that's kind of low, and you just see the rolling hills behind him of nothing but olive groves. And it's just like beautiful, because you know how olive trees get that like silvery white leaves?
Yep.
And it's just as far as I can see olive groves, and then he went into the city of Roma, and they ran around and went all over, and that's kind of like they went there basically as a kind of to celebrate their future marriage kind of thing. He took her to Rome because his dad is Italian. His mom is Polish, and he got that Polish red hair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
No, that's awesome. Though I'm happy for him. God bless him. That's great.
well, you know what? I'll let him know that a person I know on the internet is happy for him. He'll be happy. He used to game with us all the time, but he hit a certain age and decided he would devote all of his time to working, and now apparently starting a family.
Good for him. God bless. Salt of the
So he
earth.
pretty
That's
much grew up,
awesome.
and he's religious. And the girl he's going to marry, she's pretty religious too, and so they don't want to go out partying and carrying
Hey,
on.
religious or not, if you're a good human being, brother, and it's salt of the earth, God bless. Go for it.
Yeah, but I mean, the reason I bring that up is because they share a certain worldview, and that's very important sometimes.
Well, you gotta at least, yeah. There's a certain few things to, in my opinion, my life experience. There's a certain handful of things that you have to definitely agree with and stand beside each other, beliefs, opinions, etc. That yeah, you got to, or it's just going to end up
like
not good.
Professor and I
You're going to
agree
be
that,
sailing. You're going to end up sailing rough seas at best.
Yes, like toilet paper has to go over the top. That's
Yeah.
a rule.
Yes, beards, not mullets, guys. But anyway, one thing I agree with Dungeon Master about. Actually, I agree with not Dungeon Master, Professor Dungeon Master. I agree with a lot of the stuff he says, but one of the things he said that people gave him shit about is before you marry a woman, make sure she's cool with gaming, if not a gamer herself. Because
if you're a gamer, or let's just say you love golf or sports ball or whatever.
Well, I think
they have to at least tolerate, if not enjoy it.
Right, and that could be anything, but for us, it's gaming because that's what we do.
Yep. Nope. Absolutely. That's been my rules. I have 5 rules. 3 of them I'll mention because we're online. The other,
keep to yourself because we don't want to know.
Yeah. Well, listen.
Oh, look at this guy.
All the women in my life since I've had my son.
Measurement.
I've told them. Listen, you're not my son's mother. You can advise and give input, but it's me and my son. I says, you don't get in the way of my career and my job. You don't want me to change jobs. I'm not changing jobs. I'm not changing careers. This is what I do. This is what I obviously love. I've been doing it for 15 years back in the day, now it's 30 years. That is not happening. And I have one hobby. Don't get in the way of it. You don't have to participate. You don't have to understand or enjoy it. Don't. And the other two, well, as being a man, fill my guts and drain my, it rhymes.
You. Yes, Paul. Absolutely. And I'm actually a little jealous of him because my wife and I we've been thinking about going on vacation. At first we wanted to go to like Moscow and St. Petersburg, but then, things made that difficult. And then we're all like, maybe Greece or Italy or Spain, But I don't know if we'll ever do anything because it's easy to talk about wanting to go someplace. It's a lot harder to actually get your shit together and go, Plus, we spend so much time driving between Orlando and Georgia and every other place that's like, just is what it is, man. SOCKS. But yeah, the pictures, Rome, at least where he is, it looks beautiful. It's old and olive trees and all that. And yes, shared values. Like my wife, who I'm getting ready to have to get off of here because I did promise her. She and I are both gamers. And that makes a lot of things a lot easier for us. I have had an ex-wife or two that I married that hated gaming. And buddy, let me tell you, that was absolute hell on earth.
It was a big point of contention, and it's a hobby. I mean, you're not quitting your jobs and being a loser in your freaking mom's basement to play games. Like you work. You're a man. You provide. You love. Father, etc. And I can't have a hobby. I can't enjoy a little. People are like rice. This is one famous, I don't know if it's famous, but Japanese saying, people are like rice. If you plant rice too close together, they strangle and they don't grow.
I thought you were going to say carbs.
You have to have a little bit of personal space to grow.
Yep. My first ex this is really weird to say because it makes no sense to the male brain. She was jealous of my hobbies. So I've been there. Spent playing D&D was like an hour I was supposed to, I don't know, be doing something with her. Except whenever I did whatever she wanted to do, it involved watching Dawson's Creek, which I literally would rather chew my own arm off than watch. And so, of course, that didn't work out. And the reason I bring that up is Professor Dungeon Master did a whole video about it. And his own fans just gave him so much shit, about, I can't believe you would be that. And I was like, no, he's right. Do not get with a chick if you have huge discrepancies in worldview. Because you are going to hate your life.
And I'm going to go old school here. The same goes for brides. The same goes for women. They shouldn't
listen to this guy.
Get with a guy that, you know what I mean? You're not going to, we're going to change each other only so much through influence, but that's it. We're it. This is it.
Right.
Especially now at our age, but even in the younger, you're growing, you're figuring stuff out, but there's just certain things like,
see, when I was
you can't change the world. You can only change yourself. You can't change the world. Just change yourself. If you're not willing to change yourself, then move on.
Yeah. When I was in my 20s, I just wanted to get laid. I could pretend to be like the guy that the girl wanted me to be, but I always ended up breaking up with them and going back to gaming. So, I basically learned who I am as a human being. I guess I'd rather play D&D with my bros than get laid sometimes. Now, luckily, I met a woman who likes to game, and And while we don't like the same games, because she likes board games and Euro games and stuff more than I do, and RPGs less than I do, we both like games. So
You can appreciate the enthusiasm for the hobby.
right, we're both part of the same hobby, right? So, and that works out. And yeah. But I'm leaving now. My wife
Bye-bye.
will be in there sharpening her battle axe.
Later. Love you guys.
There.
Talk. We'll see each other soon.
I love that.
Burn the bearer, blah, 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 blah.
Later on.
Bear's the heretic.